Sio Nigada. This is the Council of the Cherokee Nation's June meeting. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you this evening. We have a full house, and I'd like to welcome the youth, as always, and we'll let you introduce yourselves later. Nigada, veterans, we are always honored to have you here. Elders, we appreciate you coming and joining and see how your government works. We've been in committee meetings most of the day. We've had good discussion. We've had good debates. We don't always agree, but we always come out for the betterment of our Cherokee people, so we hope you know that. So at this time, we'll call the meeting to order, and if you'll stand for the invocation if you can. Ogi do da galanli hey ko hisa hayegi o the li heli ni gak sa which was a dart nigi ski stella he do hestive ko sa hayek do juk tani do home netana ni he generally skasti do ostu zo guk dote and need to let you not stay dote. The most gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you this evening in a humble way. We want to thank you for all you do and the many blessings you bestowed upon our nation. Tonight, as we take care of the business of our tribe, let us make decisions that will better our people, dear Lord. And we give you all the praise and be with our guests. We thank you for our veterans who makes it possible, dear Lord, for us to have the freedom and worship and take care of our people. Amen. Roll call, Shelley.
Yes, sir. Buell Englund. Honey. Keith Austin. Here. Harley Buzzard. Joe Bird.
Honey.
Sean Crittenden. Honey. Mike Dobbins. Here. Kanan Duncan. Honey. Wanda Hatfield. Honey. Rex Jordan. Here. Dick Lay. Honey. Mike Shambaugh. Here. Mary Bakershaw. Honey. E.O. Smith. Here. Janice Taylor. Here. Victoria Vasquez. Honey. David Walkingstick. Honey. Brian Warner. Honey. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Shelley. The minutes were mailed to you. At this time, I entertain a motion to approve. So moved. Got a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the ayes have it. We have our State of the Nation by Principal Chief, Mr. Bill John Baker.
OCO. My time is flying. It is already June. News of the month. It's been a trying and tumultuous month with all of us here in northeastern Oklahoma with the storms, historic flooding, and the negative effects on our communities, families, and businesses. But I want to thank the marshals and the emergency management team for their heroic efforts and overtime and hard work. We had some national experts come in and train with them and help from Florida, and a group from the Eastern Band repaid the favor from when we sent our folks back east when they just thought they were going to have a flood. And the folks from Florida thought that they had been called in erroneously. They came in and got off of I-40 and they saw Lake Tenkiller and it was just fine, and they saw the river and it was fine, and they finally stopped to say, folks, do you guys know what floods are? And it wasn't till they said, yeah, come on just a few more miles, that they got to Muskogee or Fort Gibson and saw what floods really were. And they were kind of amazed because they didn't think they were going to come from Florida to the Cherokee Nation, where we had more coastline than they had in Florida. But anyway, during all the bad weather, the Cherokee Nation had an election, and I want to congratulate those newly elected office holders, and also want to thank the Cherokee people for participating in the voting of our government elections, even when the conditions were dangerous. We said goodbye to our annual group of Remember the Removal Riders. They'll be returning to us in about 10 days, and this year we will celebrate the 35th anniversary of the Remember the Removal Ride. Special acknowledgments tonight. I have a group of young Cherokees who are participating in our annual internship program. These bright and talented young folks are spending part of their summer working for the tribe, and I'd like for them to introduce themselves. If they would, you know the drill, they'll follow you.
Have a good time.
Thank you.
All right, wait just a minute, let them kind of catch up to you.
Thanks for
You're the crippled one and you're the fastest walker.
Dean's get paid for your intern. You get paid for your pay.
We get paid in.
Paid in month.
And if we get to learn.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
Are we supposed to like one? I think you're good right there. Okay.
All right, she's going to go ahead and start introducing herself and let the rest of them work to the podium.
Okay. Oceanigad, Alisone Dawado, Ego D.E. Janelle, Neladu, Iyawa De Tied. Hello everyone, my name is Allison Grooms. I'm 18 years old and I'm from Westville, Oklahoma. I plan on attending Northeastern State University this fall. I'm undecided about my major, but I'm pursuing a career in optometry.
Sio Nagad, Jelsi Dawado, Wane Ginela, Tosco, Iawa De Tied. I'm Chelsea Anderson, I'm 20, and I'm from Warner. I attend the University of Arkansas at Monticello, where I'm pursuing degrees in accounting and business management. Wado.
Osio, Eselene Dawado, Claymo Janele, Talsgo Iawa De Tied. Hi, my name is Ashlyn Philpott, and I'm 20 years old from Claremore, Oklahoma. I'm currently a junior at Oklahoma Baptist University, where I'm studying communications with a minor in marketing and graphic design. Wado.
Sio Nagad, Quayle Dawado, Wani Janelle, Neladu Iyawa De Tied. Hello everyone, my name is Bailey Ridley. I live in Warner, Oklahoma. I'm 18 years old and I plan to attend Northeastern State University to become a physical therapist. Wado.
Osio, Macy Dawado, Disco Gotle, Ditsoya, Janela, Sotnela Du, Iyawa De Tied. Hello, my name is Macy Torx. I am from Fort Gibson. I am 19 years old. I plan on attending Northeastern during the fall and majoring in occupational therapy.
Sio Nagad, Said Dawado, Dalikwa Janel, Soneladu Iyawa De Tied. Hello everyone, my name is Seth Wyndham. I'm from Tahlequah. I'm 19 years old and I plan to attend the University of Oklahoma in the fall and major in pre-law.
Osino Nigad, Heda Dawadoa, Kuwayo E. Janela, Neladu, Iyawa De Tied. My name is Heather True. I'm from Pryor. I am 18 years old and I plan on attending UCO in the fall for nursing. Wado. Osio, Haley Dawadoa, Kuwayo E. Janela, Neladu, Iyawa De Tied. Hi, my name is Haley True. I'm from Pryor, Oklahoma. I'm 18 years old. I plan on attending NSU this upcoming fall, and I'm undecided about what I would like to major in. Wado.
Sion Nagat, Walel Dawado, Talikwa Janelle Galet Moi Degega, Sotneladu Iwadetiad. Hello everyone, my name is Gabrielle Butter. I am currently living in Tahlequah, but I'm from Claremore, Oklahoma. I am 19 years old and I'm pursuing a double major in English and Media Studies at Northeastern State University.
Sio Nagad, Adisana Dawado, Talikwa Janelle Neladu Iyawa Tied. My name is Addison Backwater. I'm 18. I live in Tahlequah, and I'm going to be a freshman at NSU to major in cell molecular biology.
Sionagad, Deekanawa Dido, Dawado, Tahlequah Janela, Neladu Iyawa Tied. Hello everyone, my name is Angel Marshall. I'm 18 years old. I live in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. I'll be a freshman at Northwestern Oklahoma State University in Alva. My major is English Literature and my minor is pre-law. Widow.
Sio, John Dawadoa, Juskwa Gathli, Disaya, Janela, Soneladu, Iawade Tied. Hi, my name is John Ross. I'm from Fort Gibson. I'm 19 years old. And I plan on going to Okmulgee Tech to become a certified BMW mechanic.
Osio Nagad, Lauren Dawado, Tahlequah Janela, Sot Naladu Iyawa Tied. Hi everyone, I'm Lauren and I'm 19 years old and I live in Tahlequah and I plan to attend NSU to study nutrition and zoology. Wado.
Obviously, you can tell that we have a fine crop of interns that are going to go forth and prosper, and many of them want to come back and help their tribe with their newfound educations and time and talents that they're going to not only learn this summer, but after they get their college degrees. This time, Depp and I are going to bookend them and get a photo.
You want this in?
It doesn't matter.
Really tight,
If the council wants to be seen, stand up.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right.
We've introduced the interns and the young, and now I do the portion of the program that we recognize and honor and respect those Cherokees that were with us last month that are not with us this month. Alice Bonarski of Salisaw, Milana Castillo of Tahlequah, Chand Combs of Tahlequah, Lorna Crittenden of Tahlequah, David Culver of Grove, Brandon Epperson of Pryor, Milton Hanawa of Pryor, Thelma Cass of Salisaw, Jackie Kipps of Nowata, Dorothy Lemmings of Locust Grove, Beulah Mayer of Grove, Jennifer McClendon of Stillwell, Gerald Meese of Grove, Kevin Meeker of Pryor, Lucille Nolan of Bonita, Lillian Overhauser of Tahlequah, Esther Ridge of Tahlequah, Ezekiel Robertson of Westville, Marcia Rook of Tahlequah, William Russell of Tahlequah, James Starr of Tulsa, Travis Tabor of Salisaw, Joanne Toole of Stillwell, Robert Walker of Tahlequah, and Sean Wadey of Stillwell. Are there others?
Yes, Kenneth Graham from Jay. Loretta Doublehead from Stillwell.
Rick Panther from Kansas, Oklahoma.
Ed Lawrence from Nowata.
Robert Buckhorn from Chewy.
Janice Braswell Benjamin, formerly of Stillwell, and sister of Ginger Reeves. Marilyn Pritchett of Stillwell, and Ella Mae Chewy of Stillwell.
If we could take a moment of silence for those that I read and the ones that the council added. Well, and that concludes the State of the Nation.
Thank you, Chief. We didn't introduce the supervisor of this youth council here, Mr. George Roach. Would you stand? He has to put up with all of these different personalities. Let's give George a... George, you do an outstanding job. We appreciate you. And now we have the Cherokee Warrior Veterans Awards, Deputy Chief S. Joe Crittenden.
Good evening, Mr. Speaker, Council, guests, veterans, and all the youth that's here. You know, George, you must do a really good job with the language, because all of them can speak some Cherokee, and so I'm impressed. That's a good.
I can't take that. I mean, I have a lot of help here who can speak the language that works really well with our students. So I'm not taking all the credit.
No, I know that, George. Thank you very much. Our first veteran tonight, I need Rex Jordan. Councilman Jordan, would you come forward and help with this, please? Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. Okay. Our first veteran is Billy D. Cecil. Billy, would you come forward, sir? Mr. Billy Cecil entered the Army in 1966. He finished his training and was sent to Frankfurt, Germany as a 13A-10 clerk, then on to Schweinfurt, Germany, where he was assigned to 1st and 10th Artillery Unit as a training clerk, then promoted to the person in charge of ammunition. In '69, he was transferred back to the States and assigned to Fort Sill 1st and 18th Artillery as a mail clerk until 1970, when Mr. Cecil was honorably discharged as a specialist 4th class. And his decorations and medals: the Army Good Conduct Medal, the National Defense Service Medal, and an expert qualification badge. And Mr. Cecil, on behalf of a grateful nation, thank you, sir, for your service to this country.
Do you have any family you would like to get the picture with?
I said no. Yeah, that's right. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
We got married, me and my wife.
Really?
50. It was the last thing. Yeah, I know.
Would you like to say anything, sir?
I just wanted to thank the Cherokees for all their recognition. I'm very proud to be a Cherokee. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did. Councilman Austin, would you help with this next presentation, sir? Our second veteran tonight is John S. Cochran. John, would you come forward, sir? John Cochran entered the Army in '68. After basic training, John was sent to Fort Devens, Massachusetts, where he finished advanced training and became an Army security agent, and he volunteered for Vietnam. John was assigned to the 4th Infantry Division outside Pleiku and An Key in the Central Highlands of Vietnam as a classified courier guard. John returned stateside in '72 before re-enlisting a second time, which took him to Germany and Thailand as a directional finding specialist, and he finished his Army tour in '77 as an E5 sergeant with an honorable discharge. His decorations and medals: Vietnam Service Medal, Vietnam Campaign Service Medal with 60 device, Army Commendation Medal with 2 oak leaf clusters, Meritorious Unit Commendation Medal with 1 oak leaf cluster, 2 Army Overseas Service Bars, National Defense Service Medal, Good Conduct Medal, 2 awards, Sharpshooter Qualification Badge M14, Expert Qualification Badge M16. Mr. Cochran, on behalf of a grateful nation, sir, thank you for your service to this country.
Good job, thank you. Can I get that on my?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, sure. You'll have to do the thing, work your magic. Yeah, right there.
Pretty picky.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Family?
Would you like to say anything, sir?
It's a privilege to serve in the U.S. military and a privilege to serve our tribe and nation, the Cherokee. Wadoo.
Our next veteran is an at-large veteran from Texas, and I need the 2 at-large council ladies to come down, please. Our third veteran tonight is Ashley W. Rutherford. Ashley, would you come forward, sir? Mr. Rutherford was 19 years old when he entered the Army in 1965 in the Military Police Division. Later that year, Mr. Rutherford was transferred to Vietnam. In the following years, he served 2.5 tours in a combat zone. He returned to the States at Headquarter Company Army Pacific Command, where he was discharged as an E5 sergeant in 1969. His decorations, medals, ribbons, and badges: the Vietnam Campaign Medal, Vietnam Service Medal, Army Good Conduct Medal, First Award, National Defense Service Medal. Mr. Rutherford, on behalf of a grateful nation, I want to thank you, sir, for your service to this country.
You can go ahead and stick me. I am not going to. Thank you. Welcome, Lauren. Thank you, sir.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Family?
My wife, Sherry.
Here? Well, I thought that was your daughter.
You want to sit
I did marry a young one.
right here on 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
We always...
50 years ago.
50 years ago.
He got a young one. Not
50
now.
years, all right.
We always honor and revere our warriors. And we want to thank you for your service. We know many have not been thanked near enough. Would you like to say anything?
Yes, it would. In behalf of my family, who a large number of them are members of the tribe, I thank you for this. It's an honor for them and me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
At-large council, please stay with us. The next one's at-large from, I think it says Amarillo, Texas. I hope that's right. Marvin F. Winton. Marvin, would you come forward, sir? Marvin joined the Marine Corps in 1956. He spent time at Camp Pendleton, California, becoming a Marine Corps clerk, then transferred to Camp Matthews, San Diego, where he became a sharpshooter trained for cold weather mountain and beach landings. Mr. Winton's last assignment was to Company B, 1st Motor Transportation Battalion, where he became a motor transportation clerk before his honorable discharge in 1958 as a corporal. His decorations and medals, ribbons and badges. He was the expert marksman rifle badge. Mr. Winton, on behalf of a grateful nation, thank you for your service to this country, sir.
We have to live to our title at first to fight.
Okay, right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
And would you like?
My granddaughter?
Granddaughter. Come right in.
She's my chauffeur.
If you want to bring your phone, we can have somebody take one.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Can we find these later? I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Perfect. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Would you like to say anything?
I am so proud of American men down through the ages that when there was a call for duty and out of patriotism, they would stand in line. Teenagers, not talking about their real age, they wanted to be in so bad. I go to a VA hospital in Amarillo. It's named and dedicated to Thomas E. Creek, an 18-year-old who was killed in Vietnam and received the Congressional Medal of Honor for it. And it's guys like that that is just, it's beyond normal, but not in America. We love our country. We will raise our hand and give our lives as a human sacrifice if necessary. I only know of one other that is more important, and that is what our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ did.
Deputy, good job. You and Chief.
Thank you, Speaker, and that's all I have.
Okay, youth, hold on to your seat. Tonight we have a very special guest who would like to recognize. Many of you may recognize Gary Lightfoot Davis as a native recording artist and film star, but that merely scratches the surface of his talent. Gary built his career by embracing his culture heritage and building his brand not only on his talent but his entrepreneurial expertise. He took a page out of the playbook of his father and grandfather and started Red Vinyl Records, his first business, at a young age. After recording and releasing music, traveling the U.S. on tour and performing internationally, he caught the attention of Paramount Pictures that led him to his first starring role in the feature film, The Indian in the Cupboard. He has since starred in several more films and TV shows, as well as garnering 6 Native American Music Awards, including Artist of the Year. Gary now runs Davis Strategy Group with his lovely wife, Carmen. Is an awesome marketing, communications, media business consulting firm. Along the way, Gary became a prolific businessman, investing in early family-owned and operated companies. I recently had the opportunity to visit with Gary at the National Indian Gaming Conference in San Diego, where he was promoting Native American businesses throughout Indian country. For over 2 decades, Gary has meshed his success as an entrepreneur with his passion to better the future of Indian country. In the hope of his life and accomplishments, he will serve as a source of inspiration to others. Please join me in welcoming Gary Lightfoot Davis. See yours.
No, you can't have a bus.
Yes, sir, you have the mic.
Shio.
Shio.
There's not many times I'm speechless, but it's been an honor of mine from day one to always move forward. My pride in my heritage, with everything that I do in my life. I've been blessed with people who have helped lift me up. I don't go much further than the very early days, which now seems quite a few years ago, when I met a person by the name of Lisa Trice. And this is after having performed in Tulsa and had an idea that why not and why can't I? I knew enough about what people think we can't do and what's not possible that I didn't want my life to be hindered or oppressed by that thinking. There is a person that I would be remiss in even saying anything else, who was instrumental in being there to make sure that I believed in myself as much as I would ever hope that anybody else would. And last September, and maybe it was actually October, here in this council chamber, Chief would have read her name as one of those Cherokee people who walked on, and that's my sister. And from very early on in both of our lives, growing up in Tulsa and splitting time between there and Claremore, she was always the one that wanted to have a life in the arts and performing and singing and acting. And it just so happened to turn out that that would end up being my path. And as I ascended, she supported me every bit of the way. And I know in her heart it was probably painful to see me living out her dreams. So I would be remiss if I didn't mention her in this chamber today. To honor her as much as anything would be in the way of honoring me. Because without her inspiration, without her passion, I don't know how far I would have gotten out of the box. It was her song that I first ever rapped on. And with that, my grandfather, always close in my heart, who helped me believe that anything that I endeavored to do was possible, and that, in his words, don't worry about other people, they put their pants on just like you do. Watching his struggle, it taught me how to be resilient. It taught me how to stand alone, and it taught me how to be a man. When there wasn't anybody else around, when it was just you and what you believe in, are you going to believe in it? Through my life, I've always tried to hold on to that. Whether it's been just starting out here, running all over Oklahoma, or as things began to spread out all across Indian country, or if I found myself overseas, whether it was on a stage or whether it was on a movie set, a TV show, where I could have just said, yeah, we can kind of fudge it a little and just, that'll be good enough. That it was in those moments where nobody would have known the difference, that you have to stand up for what you believe in, and that you have to stand up and let folks know 95% isn't good enough. That our people didn't think that way. It had to be done to the best of our ability. And not just that, but it had to be done thinking that, how are folks going to feel about this many generations from now? None of us are perfect. None of us. Every day we wake up, we try to do our best to put one foot in front of the other. But I think really now, a few years older, our lives really can only be measured by the people that we impact along the way. And if we can say that we helped others, if we can say that we made a difference in other folks' lives, then truly we've lived a successful life. I've never ascribed to that if we can just help one, that's good enough. If we can just help one person, that we've done it. I think that's fairly pathetic. I think if we can help as many as we're capable of helping, that's what we should aspire to. With all of that, I've been blessed. I can't thank the Creator enough for all of the things in the way of answers that I was provided when I didn't think I had any. All of the things that I've endeavored to do that probably would have made most folks absolutely say no. And I can't go very far again without thinking about being right back in this building and explaining to folks an idea that I had to go to 211 reservations in 1 year, which ended up being 54,000 miles that year, which is 2 times around the earth, to reach Indian country, to be proactive instead of reactive. And I remember when that first came to my mind, was put in my heart, my wife came in the office in our home and she said, why is there a bus on the screen and why did you put this name on the side of it? And what's this about 211 communities and 54,000 miles? And I said, well, didn't I tell you about what we're getting ready to go do? And whether it's been that or building a powwow out in the middle of nowhere, and truly, if you build it, they will come. I've learned that the Creator, if we do what we're supposed to do, the Creator will always do what the Creator is best at doing. And will give us the people that we need to have around us to be able to accomplish those things. So I count myself blessed. Blessed for the struggle, blessed for the experience, blessed for the success, blessed for the family across Indian country, from Alaska to Maine, every province in Canada. And for my wife, for being there with me for a good, healthy part of this journey. And for the 3 children, Quanah, Sequoia, Quinusia, that have truly made me the richest man on this earth. And every day, still to this day, I do my best to try to get up and not worry about what other people say is not possible or about what other people say can't be done, but to try to endeavor more so and stay focused on what does the Creator have for me on this earth. We're only here a short time. Very short. And I'm thankful that I got to see a grandfather get up and go to work at 4 o'clock in the morning and work hard. So I'm always mindful of the work that I'm doing, and I think about what my grandfather did, and that's not work compared to what he had to do. And all those folks that ventured from one part of the country to this part of the country, that this isn't hard. What they did is hard. Solly, and all those people that we'll never get the chance to meet, but had to make real life decisions about what you do in the face of opposition. I do my best to try to remember them. I guess I should finish with this one thing, because this truly is, on a very personal note, how the Cherokee Nation has been with me from my birth, truly enough, but as I began to endeavor to do something more, been with me in Stillwell, rapping to a bunch of kids at summer camps, speaking about a bus. And there was another person that I came to see one day, and I know this might lose some of the folks that are watching and some of the kids in the room right now, but have y'all ever heard of a cassette tape? You all even know what that is? Well, I had a cassette tape, and I brought it in with a poster, and I laid it down on Chief Mankiller's desk. And I said, ma'am, whatever I can do to perform or to go out to some of these events and speak to the young folks, I'm more than happy to do it, and I think this is a great vehicle to be able to do it. And she said, what's that? And I said, well, I'm the first Native American rap artist. And she could have said a lot of things, probably, what? But she didn't do any of that. She said, well, can you come be my guest and perform at Tahlequah Junior High School for their graduation? And that was a beginning of many, many different things for me. So I want to say, well, no. Thank you. And I've never been elected an ambassador of our nation, but I've done my very best every chance I've ever had to represent my best, who we are, in our legacy as a people. And with that, I'm honored to be in this council with you. I'm honored to be with my people. And thank you. And let us all think about the things that we can do as we move forward, how we can better our nation, and how we can better Indian country. Because if one of us is down, if one of us falls, if one of us isn't all the way there, then none of us are all the way there. So, thank you. Widow.
Thank you, Gary. Carmen, would you stand up? This is the lady that actually keeps him in line. And maybe we might go from a cassette to a, I don't know, I'm stuck at CD. I know there's another level. But he may do one more, maybe rap recording. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, that would be something to look forward to. This guy can really get down. I think Sean, Counselor Crittenden, I don't know, you may have been in the first grade, but we brought him to Stillwell High School and kind of woke those kids up there. I mean, he got down. This guy can move. So, and he will be one of our special guests during Cherokee holiday. Is that correct? You'll be back for that. Okay, appreciate it. Those are really good words and inspiring words for our youth. And youth, take those words to heart. Don't just help one person. And, you know, our arms should be tired from lifting and helping people in this generation. We got a lot to be proud of as Cherokee. Sometimes we gripe and disagree and debate over issues, but we're the largest tribe. You know, our revenue is good. You know, we can overcome a lot of things. Our ancestors came on the Trail of Tears. We got veterans that fought for our freedom. We can overcome a flood and tornado every now and then. So let's just keep moving forward. We got the Creator on our side. So having said that, our next speaker, they'll take care of our C&B Business Enterprise, Mr. Sean Slayton. Everybody gets applause tonight.
Good evening.
Good evening.
That's going to be a tough act to follow.
Can you rap?
Just talk about money.
I can't rap, no. I can't whistle. So, April and May were great months for the company. They were very strong, especially considering the fact that the weather impeded the last weekend or 2 weeks of the month in May. Chief mentioned our flooding closed Fort Gibson, and that was 2 weeks ago, or be 3 weeks ago, I believe. And that's going to remain closed until probably early September. We had ended up with about 2 feet of water in there. It played havoc with the electrical systems, the carpets, a lot of things that were long lead times. And so 6 to 8 weeks for some of those items to come back in, and working diligently now. The insurance adjusters were in there Friday. And so our teams are working with insurance adjusters to make sure that we collect everything that we can collect on the business interruption insurance and the property claims that we're going to have there. And I do want to mention that our business interruption insurance kicked in on day 14, so we'll have 2 weeks at Fort Gibson in the month that we have no income from. We were able to take care of all of our employees as far as I know, and for those that had issues, they contacted their supervisors, and we worked with them to make arrangements for that. I would like to echo what Chief said about being extremely proud of the people that worked on that flood, especially our employees. I mentioned in executive finance that we made a decision at 6:30 on a Tuesday to close that facility based on the information from the emergency management system, and by 8 o'clock the next morning that building was empty, and took a real team effort, and very proud of them. I'd also like to thank the Marshal Service for everything that they did for us, Cherokee Nation Emergency Management, and all the other departments that worked with us. I would especially like to thank Jerry Keener, our Director of Loss Prevention. Jerry had worked at the BIA before he came to us and was certified to drive one of the rescue boats that the BIA had. They loaned that to us, and he manned that nonstop for at least 7 to 10 days. I haven't had a chance to visit with him about that, but appreciate the effort that he gave. This past weekend, we had the honor of hosting the Miss Oklahoma contest at the Hard Rock. I did not get to judge that. That's been a staple for the community for a century, and we were proud to support them. My understanding is they were very happy with the service that we provided. The Hard Rock Hotel and Casino is having a career fair day Wednesday, June 19th. We need applicants, we need bodies. So if you know of anybody looking for a job, please have them contact us, and we'll direct them to the event. Our Cherokee Nation Cultural Tourism is offering free family-friendly storytelling events on Wednesdays in June. We do this every year. June 12th, it's Painting Garden Rocks. 19th, Root Runner Basket Weaving. June 26th is Mini Ground Mask. It's a 2-hour program at the Peace Pavilion. It starts at 10 o'clock, except for June 19th when it will be held under the gazebo. That's my report. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for our CEO? Good report, Sean.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Tell your staff, they did an excellent job on the rescue.
Will do.
Okay, we're down to old business, none pending. At this time, I'd entertain a motion to amend the agenda.
So moved.
Got a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the ayes have it. We'll add 4 and 5. Is that all, Shelley? Okay. All right, down to new business resource. Councilor Crittenden, would you take the first one?
A resolution authorizing Cherokee Nation to lease tribal trust land to the Cherokee Rural Water District, Inc., containing 0.75 acres. I put that in the form of a motion.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the ayes have it. Councilor Crittenden, take number 2 as well.
All right, a resolution authorizing a grant of easement for right-of-way USA and trust for Cherokee Nation to Mac and Sarah Flynn for ingress, egress, and utilities located on CMS Unit 12. Put that in the form of a motion.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Not. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, the ayes have it. Out of Executive Finance Committee, Councilor Taylor, would you please take that?
I would. This is an act amending Legislative Act 22-18, authorizing the comprehensive operating budget for fiscal year 2019, Mod A, 8A, and declaring an emergency. And that is the one that you were handed out. I put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the mod? If not,
Oh, I'm sorry. She said it needs to be 8B.
8B.
And I would like somebody to come down and explain this addition. Jody?
Do we have our,
Jody's
there's Jody Reese right when you need him.
The change from 8A to 8B includes a new budget for the transitional emergency housing in an amount of $292,906, and those funds are NAHASDA funds.
And that makes the total effort towards the emergency
Yeah, a little over $500,000.
little over $500,000. I just want that noted.
Okay. All right.
Speak.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Councilor Crittenden.
Was that the human services money we were talking about
Yes.
today?
Yes, Marshall Lamb.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the ayes have it. Resolution number 4, Canaan Duncan, would you please take that?
Yes, this is a resolution authorizing Cherokee Nation Cherokee Language Master Apprentice Program to apply for tribal heritage grants on behalf of Cherokee Nation to document oral history and cultural traditions, and I put that in the form of a motion.
Second. Got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the ayes have it. Out of Community Service Committee, Councilor Anglin, you want to take that?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation Office of Veterans Affairs to apply for Veterans Cemetery Grants Program on behalf of the Cherokee Nation to establish a veteran cemetery. I'd like to make one correction on the third whereas is to strike Tahlequah, and we can just leave that in the 14 county jurisdiction of the Cherokee Nation.
Okay. Also, on that one, to establish a Cherokee veteran cemetery. Is that correct?
Right, you should add the word Cherokee.
Add the word Cherokee?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
Could that be added as a sponsor with those changes, please?
Yes. With those changes, I'll be added sponsor as well. Everyone want to be added sponsor to that? Anybody not? Okay, looks like everybody. Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. That concludes our business items. Is that correct, Shelley? Okay. Any announcements to my right? Any announcements to my left?
Okay.
Yes, Councilor Hatfield.
I just wanted to recognize, or for all of us to recognize, the All-State athletes. I attended the banquet this past Saturday in Tulsa, Oklahoma City, and there were 32 athletes, and I think there were 10 honorable mention student athletes. And so I was very proud. Our Cherokee students represent us well. And so I thought everyone would want to help celebrate that. Thank you.
Yes, anybody else? You good? Warner, you good? I'd like to thank our youth. You really did a good job in your Cherokee language tonight. I want to tell you that. You have a good teacher, George, whoever that is. They're doing a good job. We'll have Sean Slayton, 40 years over, saying, "Hi, Sean Slayton, Dawa, don't we?" I'm just kidding. Anyway, Sister Jeannie, daughter Candace, niece Jaleese, thanks for coming. And we have a person in here I'd like to introduce back in the back. She takes care of a lot of people here. Toxie, would you stand? Toxie has not met any type of fabric that she can't yarn into something. She's probably made a ribbon shirt for half the council members here. And better than that, she is at the gym every morning and does 2 miles. So when people like Rob Darty want me to feel sorry for him, no. This lady does 2 miles every morning. So, Toxie, we appreciate you being here. We're done. All right. Having said that, motion to adjourn. Motion second. Aggie Yossi.
Hungry. I'm hungry, Lord.